opportunity to score.
The one thing that's obvious about the first half is that Jason Verstraeten of Central is really the key to Central's running attack. Didn't see as much of Doug Haydener as we might have expected for North. They went to the aerial attack a little more than perhaps anybody expected.
I agree with that, Alan. I think if North's going to be successful, they're going to have to go back to their ground game. It'll be interesting to see whether Central is going to change what they do or just keep going with Verstraeten and their ground game.
Well, it's 14-7 at halftime. Central leading North. We'll be right back with the second half. We got getting ready for the second half kickoff, and Ed, you got a summary of the first half for us.
Yeah, there's some interesting numbers here, Al. Looking at it from a Central perspective, they ran the ball for 110 yards, and that's typically Central football. In the air, they were 2 for 8, a 25-yard touchdown throw to Spalding. They had 9 first downs, 4 penalties, and 1 turnover, 1 fumble. North, on the other hand, ran the ball for 38 yards. Their sweeps were for 8, so a total of 46 yards along the ground. But interesting, they had 50 yards passing, all of it coming on the first play of the game, which was that long touchdown pass. They were 1 for 7, and they've thrown 2 interceptions, so I think it's important in the second half that North get back to what it is that brought them here, and that's running the ball effectively. North in the first half had 4 first downs and 1 fumble. Very even football game. I think it's still up for grabs, but what North has to do is establish their running game and get some first downs.
I think the key, Ed, really from watching that first half is North goes up 7-0, a bit of a shocker. Central's flat. They go 3 and out, and then North drives deep into Central territory again, and then the big fumble, and that seemed to take some of the steam out of North when they could have gone up perhaps 14-0. And then Central really started to just pound the ball up the middle, take over gradual control of the game. And another key is 3 Central fumbles in their own zone, and they managed to recover each of them.
That's right. To play this game with a ball that's not rounded, bounces in many different ways, and I think probably the advantage in terms of breaks in the first half went to Central. Who knows? Maybe some of those breaks will turn around in the second half.
You've played both these teams, Ed, over the years. Does conditioning come into it at all? Does either one of these teams work hard on their conditioning and perhaps have a little more lasting power?
I think at this stage in the season, unless injuries are a factor, both teams are usually in pretty good shape at this point. I think it's fair to say, though, that Central is the older of the 2 teams, and maybe their players are just a little bit stronger. Certainly, they're the biggest team on the field, and that takes a toll on North playing against players that are bigger than they are.
All right, we're set for the second half kickoff. Brad Garland's going to kick it off for North. Andrew Carter. And, of course, Jason Verstraeten back.
I think it's safe to say they're going to try and keep the ball away from Verstraeten.
And they do. It's going to be Carter. He bobbles it a bit, picks it up. And the first man down for North makes the tackle. Number 54, Dave Harris. Good open field tackle there by Harris.
That was a good tackle. I think that that's a good start for North. And now what they need to do is to try and get the ball back as quickly as they can. Central, on the other hand, they're up a touchdown. They need to play good Central football, grind out a few first downs.
1st and 10 Central from about their own 23-yard line. And North, of course, would very much like to stop Central early. And the crowd has just continued to grow here. Well over 1,000 people lining the Central field. Handoff. Travis Jensen getting his first carry of the game for Central.
Yes, that's interesting. It looks like they've taken Rick Kostick out of the game and inserted Jensen. I wonder if there's an injury or perhaps they're just resting some of their key players who tend to go 2 ways.
Well, Mr. Jensen certainly looked like Kostick and Verstraeten as he went for 7 yards on the first down play. Typical. The way Central's running attack has gone this afternoon.
And it puts Central back in their typical situation, which is 2nd and short. Got a lot of choices here.
This time it's Verstraeten. He just takes about 5 North defenders to finally bring them down. It was the first down.
It was at this stage of the game, the second time these 2 teams played last time, Al, that the North I'm sorry, that the Central offensive line really took control of the game. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not North looks like they're beginning to tire.
1st and 10 Central on their own 36-yard line. Jensen and Verstraeten in the backfield. Going to the air. Oh, looked like Verstraeten had a better shot at that than Jensen, actually.
That's the same pattern we described in the second quarter with both backs out of the backfield, and there's supposed to be a 5-yard separation of that pass. I think they were too close together, and you're probably right, Al. The ball was thrown to the other receiver. At any rate, it's 2nd down.
Second and 10 Central. 14-7 Redskins. Early in the second half. Pitch out to Verstraeten. He's caught in the backfield. A great play by number 49, Tyler Ross of North. He was right there to meet him.
Since about the second series of the game, North's made an interesting defensive adjustment. That is, they've put Tyler Ross to the strong side, the side that Central's tight end and blockers line up with. And they've flipped Brad Garland to the backside. And Ross does an excellent job of containing that sweep. There he did it again. That's the same play. Sorry, Al, that's the same play that they scored the touchdown on in the second quarter.
3rd and 15 here for Central. And he's going to the air. McLean going wide. And it's caught for the 1st down. Another huge play. Marty Garner out there. That's a big play, Ed.
Well, he made a great throw when he had to. That's a big play. 1st down for Central. I think that's Garner's first catch of the game, and that's probably the best throw that the Central quarterback's made today.
That's got to be disheartening for the North Vikings. Pretty much stopping Central, forcing a 3rd and 15, and just not being able to put the hammer down. Central from their own 51, 1st and 10. Goes to Verstraeten inside. He's still struggling. Finally brought down. And once again, he struggles forward for 5 or 6 yards.
Excellent second effort on that play. He was met, I think, after a yard or two gained, but the second effort netted him the extra 4 or 5. And once again, Central finds itself 2nd and 5.
Just across midfield. 2nd and 5, Redskins. And once again, Verstraeten bouncing off tacklers. Looked like Hayden had him early. Rolled off him. Finally, Mike Butler got in there.
Different look from the Central offense that time. Normally they run trips to one side or the other. This time they brought Marty Garner over to the side at the split end. It ran from a balanced formation, trying to get those linebackers to move around and give them a hole they can run into.
Third and about 4.
So in situations like this, Al, the championships are won and lost right here.
Both benches urging their teammates on. And it's a pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Hayden gets them. And it's again. Big catch down there by Marty Garner again on the 3rd play. 3rd down play.
Wow. That's just good football all around. North came with a full-out blitz. I thought maybe the quarterback could get sacked. He was able to roll out, made a good throw on the run, threw that ball close to 35 yards in the air, and Marty Garner made a circus catch.
I've been impressed with Central's quarterback, Wade McLean. He has been very cool. He doesn't gun the ball, but he gets it there.
Well, he seems to be able to make the good play when he has to.
It looked like he was under a lot of pressure there, had to roll out with the blitz, and it looked like Hayden was right in his face, and he still got the pass away.
Those are two crucial third down conversions Central's just made. It's that type of consistency that lets them control the ball when they need to.
1st and 10 Central from the north, just over the 30-yard line. Goes out to Verstraeten. He's met in the backfield. Big play there. Number 87, Joe Phillips.
That was a nice tackle by Joe Phillips, but the play is made once again by that outside linebacker, Tyler Ross. He won't let Verstraeten get to the outside.
Ross has had a big game for the North defense. He seems to be wherever the ball is.
He's very strong against the run, and as I mentioned earlier, they're flopping him to Central's strength. Once again, Central lines up strong left, and it brings Ross across to the defensive right.
Loss of 2. It's 2nd and about 12 for Central. And again, they go to Verstraeten, sweeping left, cuts it back inside, breaking tackles. Finally brought down by who else? Tyler Ross, but he did. Lots of nice running again. Another 1st down.
That's the same play that Central scored their 50-yard touchdown on in the 2nd quarter. And Verstraeten made a similar move. He gets to the outside, Ross has him shut down, and he makes a great cut in. He seems to have good vision, and he can cut back against the flow. This is an end.
I don't know if Ross and Verstraeten are friends off the field, but they're certainly spending a lot of time together on the field today.
I hope they're going to shake each other's hand.
This time it's Jensen up the middle. He's met by a pack of Vikings. Might have gained about 3 or 4 there. 2nd and about 6.
It was at this point in the long drive that Central had for their first touchdown that they ran the backside pass to the split end.
DJ Weston coming into the game in the center of the line for North here, adding a little size into the middle. Verstraeten sweep, cuts it back up inside. He seems to do that well.
Yes, he's getting an excellent read on his block. That pulling guard to the strong side is taking on the linebacker, Tyler Ross. And what Verstraeten's doing now, instead of trying to get to the sidelines, he's cutting up inside that block and getting good positive yardage. That was the 11th play in this drive, and once again, Central is eating up the clock as they move down towards another touchdown. I think it's really important for North at this point that they not give up the score.
1st and goal from about the 6 for Central. It's a fumble, and there you go. The Vikings finally get a fumble recovery.
But one of the most important parts of that drive, I think, was that they were doing it without Rick Kostyuk on the field. They replaced him with Travis Jensen, who's an excellent runner, but experience is everything in a game like this, and unfortunately Jensen just fumbled on that play. What a crucial turnover. North got the first part of their job done. Now what they're going to have to do is establish that they can run the ball. I think at the end of the first half they were trying to throw the ball a little bit too much. They need to get some first downs here. Just an absolutely crucial play.
The Vikings, about their own 8-yard line. They run it up inside. Haidner, not much there. Haidner, of course, plays both ways, Ed. That's got to take a toll.
I think at this point in the game, he starts to feel fairly tired, especially playing against such a physical team as Central is.
And he himself, of course, is a physical player on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
Gain of about 1 there. That was all. 2nd and 9. Bailey and Haidner. Gramer in motion. And it goes to Haidner. Cuts it up inside, and he's met bang on Mike Marling again. And his name keeps coming up whenever there's a big hit out there.
Yes, he's a very aggressive player and a very sure tackler. He's a good special teams player. and he does an excellent job containing on those wide plays on defense.
No gain. 3rd and 9.
Well, we're going to learn a lot about what North's offensive plans are for the second half on this play. If they're ever going to throw it, this might be the play.
And they're going to the air. Nice throw by Higgett, and a first down by Gramer over there.
Well executed play. They went in motion, gave them a trips left.
That was the best thrown ball for Adam Higgett today.
Maybe the second best thrown ball. I think the first play was the best. Since then, I agree.
He zipped that one in there, though.
It was an excellent throw, and I think the receiver did an excellent job of knowing where the first down marker was and getting to where he had to be.
Higgett bringing his Vikings up. Pitch goes to Bailey. He finds some opening, and he's got another first down. And the North bench seems to be getting a little pumped up as the Vikings march it out.
I think our friend Mr. Momentum just came back to the game here, and North now seems very excited about that pass for first down. And on first down there was able to get another 10 or 12-yard gain.
They started on their own 8. They're out to their own 35 now, so at least they've got some breathing room. 1st and 10, North. It's a fumble, and the Redskins get it back.
Boy, what a play. I think the thing is, Al, when you play a team like Central, the door opens very rarely. When it's open, you better make something happen.
North's offense looking just a little down as they're coming off the field. They started out quite well there. Big pass on a 3rd down and 9. Then to have a fumble. And now the Redskins are right back in control again. They'll start off at about the North 37.
Minute flag's up already. Signal the end of the 3rd quarter is approaching.
And it's a sweep again out to Verstraeten, and this time, naturally, Tyler Ross is there to meet him, along with a couple of other Vikings.
Yes, that's as well as you can defend that play. He's ever dangerous, though, because once he makes that cutback move with his speed, he gets some daylight, he's gone.
Second and about 9 for Central. Handoff goes inside to Verstraeten. He pounds his way up. No, it wasn't. It's a great fake. I thought it was Verstraeten, but it went to...
I thought Verstraeten had the ball as well. And interesting on this drive, after the fumble on the last drive, they've put Rick Kostiak back in at fullback on that drive, and that's Kostiak that's down.
And Jensen will come back into the game.
That's right.
And Kostiak not... He had a good first half. Whenever he got the ball and gave Verstraeten a break, he did the job. Didn't start the second half.
Well, Jensen is an effective runner, but he just doesn't have the experience, and in these crucial games, sometimes it's best to go with the experienced player. That's the end of the quarter already.
It looks like it may be a rib or a hip area.
Well, he was running hard when he took that hit. When you can hear the pads hitting like that, quite often it's a bruise or a hip pointer.
But he's up. Good news. Seems to be okay.
Coach Garland took the time out for the injury to have a chat with his quarterback, Wade McLean, and Jason Verstraeten.
Seems to me every time Coach Carolyn has a chat with his quarterback, some strange play happens. Another big third down play here, 3rd and 6 for Central. I think we'll see them go to the air again.
Well, they have in the past here, but I rather think they're going to run the sweep to Verstraeten.
What's left of Verstraeten's uniform. And he does get the ball, cuts it up inside, hit, keeps going. Flag down on the play. He's an amazing runner. I thought he was stopped 2 or 3 times, and he just keeps popping out of the pack.
He's got great feet. After contact, he keeps his feet going, and a lot of positive things happen. That penalty is called on number 22 from Central, Marty Garner. It was called after the first down, so the first down stands, 5 yards applied, so it'll be 1st and 10 Central on about North's 28-yard line.
And once again, Central converts a 3rd and long into a 1st down. They've done it all afternoon. It's got to be discouraging because of the North defense. But they're still in this football game, 14-7, early in the 4th quarter. Verstraeten up inside, keeps moving forward, still going forward.
I'm seeing a pattern emerge in the game, Al, that happened in the second meeting between these two teams, and I think maybe that Central's just a little bit older, a little bit stronger, and it looks to me like North is beginning to tire here. You get into that pile, which looks like a rugby scrum, and Central seems to be dominating.
Well, there's quite a few Innisdale Invader coats around here.
A lot of those guys would like to be playing.
I bet they would. And that game, of course, probably took a little bit out of North. Very tough physical game that was last week.
That was a physical game.
And again to Verstraeten. He keeps pushing forward, and this time there's enough Vikings to push him back a yard or two. But he still gained.
It was close to a 1st down. They haven't awarded it yet. There may be a measurement. The referee signaled 3rd down, less than a yard. Having watched Central football over the years, the likelihood is they'll just go for the 1st down, but in the past, I've seen them throw in this situation. If they're unsuccessful, they'll have another down to get the 1st down.
Spalding comes out wide right. He caught a touchdown pass from about this area early, but handoff goes to Jensen. He's going for the corner, and he's in for the touchdown.
Great teams make great things happen at crucial points in the game. And that's a crucial, crucial touchdown. That's also the player, we should remind everyone, who fumbled on the last drive. I think he's answered his critics with a great play.
Showed a lot of character to bounce back, and a nice run there by Travis Jensen. Spotted a hole, and ran for the corner, and just outran the North defenders.
Looks to me right now as if Central's offensive line is beginning to take control of this game.
Seems the North defense has been out there a long time in this game. Another long drive. Kick is up, and it's good by Jason Verstraeten. We have a 21-7 ball game, Central.
Well, I think that touchdown puts North in a position that they don't really want to be in. The way their offense operates, they're not as good coming from behind as they are protecting a lead. I don't think they have any choice now but to open up a little bit, and that's not their strength.
Took a Central player down, shaken up a bit out there. That North bench looks awfully down right now, Ed.
I think what's going to happen if they're going to get back in the game is they need a big play. They need a 50-yard run off this kickoff for a big completion. They need a spark to ignite them.
Well, they certainly showed on the first play of the game that they can do that.
The injured player from Central is number 45, Brandon Watt, who is a key player on both their offensive and defensive lines. Hopefully, from the Redskin perspective, he'll be able to return.
Back to receive the kick for North. Number 26, Jamie Gramer, and Mike Butler, number 37. Looks like a big penalty against North here.
Well, on that penalty, number 89, DJ Weston, was ejected from the game, and I think what that starts to show, Al, is that they're up against it right now at North, and they're beginning to lose their composure. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they can regain that. They're going to have everything under control if they're going to make a comeback. One of the difficult things about football is that when you get beat, there's also somebody smashing his helmet into your chin. It's sometimes difficult to maintain your composure. Good teams do it. That's a big penalty. It gives Central 15 yards on this kickoff.
And that was Stratton, who's now wearing Rick Kostiak's number, I believe, because his uniform is so badly torn up. And not much of a run back there. The Vikings not able to generate much on the kickoff return, and the Redskins are all over them. Well, let's see what North has left now. If they're going to get back into this game, they have to have some kind of a drive and a score here.
I would suspect that if Stratton is wearing Kostiak's sweater, it must mean, in fact, that Kostiak's out for the remainder of the game.
First and 10, North. Gramer in motion. Pitch goes to Bailey, tries to cut it inside, and there's just nothing there. Met head on by number 62, Chris Meisner of Central. Also in on the tackle, number 56, Jeff McQuigg.
Play football well. You have to be riding your emotions, and right now I think Central's the more emotional team.
It's appeared all afternoon that North has sort of gone up and down, and Central's been pretty much steady.
Relentless is the word that comes to mind.
The pass, they're trying for the same play that worked earlier in the game. Flag down. And that might be offensive pass interference, actually.
Yes, that's exactly the call. He's called offensive pass interference on the receiver number 29, Mark Powell.
Looked like it was going to be picked off, and Powell climbed over the back of him there to try and break it up or get a hand on the ball himself.
At this point in the game, things are just going from bad to worse for the North Vikings. On the other hand, Central, playing with a lot of confidence right now, declines that penalty. It's now 3rd down and 10.
That was another well-thrown ball, actually, by Higgett, but
He has thrown the ball well in the second half, but hasn't managed enough completions.
fading back again. Gramer's got it, trying desperately to fight his way for first down. And he's there.
From our angle, it's hard to tell. I think that is a first down, though, and that again was a well-thrown ball.
Higgett has really thrown the ball well in the second half. trying to bring his team back.